Hey, what's up guys? Today I'm going to show you guys how to pre-treat and press a white t-shirt. The one I'm using right now, it's Next Level 100% cotton. I also do the same with Gildan 100% cotton. Those are mainly the two t-shirts that I use. So first things first, you get your t-shirt on your press. I'm using the Stars Hotronic 16 by 16 heat press, and I'm using craft paper. You could use parchment paper or Teflon sheet. I normally recommend and prefer craft paper. The difference is parchment paper, it's a lot more fragile. It won't last too long before it starts like ripping apart. But craft paper, you could get a lot more uses out of it, probably hundreds, if not more. And the Teflon sheet, it's really durable, but it leaves a shiny coating on top of your graphics. So normally I go with craft paper, and I'll probably put a link in the description. All you need to do, right now I'm going to pre-press it to get the moisture out of the shirt. So it's going to be, you could pre-press it for 10 to 15 seconds. I have it set at 340 degrees. It doesn't have to be that high because you're just pre-pressing it. So right now my thing was set at 40, but I'm just going to count it down 10 seconds. Or 15, 10 to 15. So that's good. So right now it's pre-pressed. You can see the steam coming out. It might be hard to see on the camera. Now we're going to move over to our pre-treat. Our base to pre-treat it on. Okay, and that's our base. Let me check the camera real quick. Okay, that's good. Okay, so this I made out of particle board. It's the same size as your DTG platen, 11.7 by 16.5. I recommend using particle board because with plywood your pre-treat will just run off if you have any overspray. This one it'll just soak right into it. So all you do is you spread it out, put your shirt on there, just like that. And I normally use Firebird pre-treat for both light and dark t-shirts. So that's the one that I use. And you need one of these. It's a Wagner Sprayer. I see a lot of people using little spray bottles online. That you won't get a good pre-treat on your t-shirts if you use that. I recommend the Wagner Sprayer. It's the best. And it's very important that you look at the way I have it set up. I could probably send you guys pictures or more details if you need it. But normally I set mine right at the edge of where the yellow knob is. So the thing is, if you screw it all the way in, it's gonna have too much pre-treat when you spray it. It might run or it might drip, it might leak. And if you spray it all the way out, it gets less. What you need is just a mist. That's all you need is a mist. You don't need, if you start seeing like water, like bubbles, or like it's starting to drip, then it's too much. And if you over pre-treat your shirt, the results won't be too good. So what you do is you purge it first. I'm gonna do like a test spray right here, if you guys can see it. And if you can see, check the camera, it's just a light coat. You don't need it to run. You just need a light coat. And we're gonna do one. It needs to be at least 12 inches away from your shirt. So you're gonna go one this way, 2, 3, and you're gonna go up 1, 2, 3. So let's begin, and you start all the way before the shirt, and then you come across. You don't need to go too fast or too slow, because if you go too slow, then you might start saturating the t-shirt. So here we go. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Then you're gonna also need a roller. You could get these at Home Depot or Lowe's, and you just need to just gently roll it. All you're doing is basically pressing the pre-treat into the material. You don't need to press on it a lot, just lightly roll it. So that's that. Put that aside. And now we're gonna go back to the heat press. Maybe you could see the outline. It's a white tee, so it's gonna be harder. Normally I pre-treat white t-shirts because it makes the color pop a little bit more, but it's not required, and depending on the shirt that you're using, you don't necessarily need to pre-treat a white tees, because I've done some without pre-treat before that came out good, if not better than the ones that I pre-treated. So it all depends on the graphic that you're printing, with the colors and the material that you're printing on, the type of shirt. So like I said, it's not really it's not really necessary for you to pre-treat a white shirt. Put it that way. So now we're gonna go back to the press. Try to dry it out. Let me check the camera. Grab your craft sheet. And I'm going to be pressing this at 340 degrees for 40 seconds. At medium pressure. That's number 4 on the Hotronics. So you can see the steam coming out of it. And normally once that's done, your craft sheet should just slide off your t-shirt. If it sticks to it, like whenever you're pulling it back, it feels like it's grabbing onto the shirt, just press it again for around 10 seconds. Pull it off, just slowly peel it off, and then press it again for 10 seconds. So let me see if it's gonna slide off, or I'm gonna need to do it again. Okay, so there's just a little tiny bit of resistance. It was holding on to that corner. So let me just press it back for 5 to 10 seconds. Okay, that should be good. And then you can see it just slides right off. So that right there is your pre-treated white t-shirt. Another thing I want to throw in there, let me just put this aside. Heat gun. This is a laser grip heat gun. I'll probably put a link in the description for this. But what it does is it has a laser light on the front. I'm going to shine it on the wall, if you can see it on the wall. Let me check the camera. It may be hard to see on the camera, but it has a laser light. It has a temperature. When I point it to the heat press, you see it says 328, 29. It fluctuates because I'm not holding it steady, but it's normally accurate or close to the actual temperature on the heat press. Reason you need this, if you're using a cheaper heat press like one of those ones on eBay, I wouldn't recommend them, but if that's the one that you have, a lot of times your gauge may be saying 340 degrees, but your heat plate is probably less than 300, which that's not good for your t-shirt. So it's good to get one of these. They're cheap. It gives you the accurate or close to accurate reading. So that I would definitely recommend you guys get one of those. So there you go. Another thing to watch out for, some heat presses, the center might be a particular degree. Like right now when I point in the center of mine, it's showing the same as what we got on there. It's 345, that's 340. Sometimes the edges on those cheaper heat presses, the heat core on the inside doesn't go all the way to the edges, or there's cold spots. So when you get those cold spots, it's not good for the print, because then your print, some parts of your print might not heal properly, so it might not cure properly, I should say. So you might find cracking, or it just doesn't come out good. But that's it. White t-shirt. I'm gonna do another video for black t-shirt, and that's it.